All right.
Throw in all the time. I can't even try.
All right.
Dude, guess what?
All right. Hold on. We're about to start. We're about to start, cuz. All right. Welcome back to episode 8 of our podcast. Who's breathing so loud?
It's Jackson.
Gee. All right. Well, welcome back to episode 8 podcast.
What's up,
Naptown Sports Network. I'm here with
Landon Nelson? How's everyone doing today?
Jackson Teacher.
Alright. So how's everyone's day been how's everyone's day been so far?
You speak English, big dog?
Yeah.
I hope everyone's day has been great. Hope everyone has a great Christmas break and has a great Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a great
Alright, starting off this podcast. Preseason of the NBA. Jackson, you want to get your take on that?
Yeah, sure. So, looking at playoff predictions, who we think will do the best, your rookie of the years and stuff. I started out with the Eastern Conference. I think the first seed will be the Bucks. They led the points 19 and 20 for the 19-20 season with 118 per game, and tied for second for field goal percentage. The second seed, I said the 76ers, Joel Embiid, and hopefully they'll get James Harden, I believe, if the trade does work out. For 3, I said the Heat, Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler. A lot of good talent, strong talent on that team. The 4 seed and 5, I can kind of flip around if I wanted to, but 4 and 5, I believe, will be the Raptors and the Celtics. Celtics always been good. Always having a great lineup, great team chemistry, and play good team ball. Raptors, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry. They have that talent there, even without Kawhi Leonard. The 6th spot, I said the Pacers, tied for second, field goal percentage with the Bucks at 47%. A big concern, though, would be that T.J. Warren injury. Of course, he did well in the bubble, 53 points in a game. He did very well. At 7 and 8, 7 I said the Nets, 8 the Magic. 2 kind of sleeper teams. I feel like these 2 could change around, especially the 8 seed. But it's kind of still too early to call. Going to the West, I had the number 1 seed being the Lakers, led the league in field goals, 53 points field goal, 48 percentage, and led the league in blocks. Anthony Davis re-signing his contract, LeBron James, Ball, Kuzma. They got some good talent. 2 could be a little bit of a stretch. I said Trailblazers, although they knew how to play good team ball, but that could be a bit of a stretch. I could switch around with my 3 Clippers. They're 4th in points, scored 116. 4 Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, great strong player. They do have great chemistry. Bogdanovic, of course, joining the team, so a good guard. 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5 Houston, 6 Dallas, and 7 Golden State. Houston, I don't know if they'll keep James Harden, but if they do, they could definitely do some damage. 6 Dallas, you got Boban. Why can I not think of his name? Luka Doncic. 2 very good, strong players and good inside the paint. 7 Golden State, of course, a terrible year last year. It was completely unlike them, but hopefully Curry will be healthy and good to go, and we'll kind of steer those Warriors in the right direction. And 8, I said Denver, Nikola Jokic, one of the star players on that team, and I believe a rookie they drafted this year too will do pretty well. I forget his name exactly. Moving on to my MVPs. For me, it's kind of early to call, but I said it'll either be Giannis or LeBron. Depends on how they play. Depends on if injuries affect them in any way possible. Of course, Giannis winning it last year. He's just strong in the paint and starting to figure out his jump shot too. LeBron, he's LeBron. He's good. Get him the clutch. LeBron, he knows what he's doing. good 3-point shot, good up in the paint, good defense, blocking. Giannis, same, good defense. And finally, for my Rookie of the Year, I have two because it's still very early to call for me, but it could either be LaMelo Ball or James Wiseman from Memphis. I watched Wiseman play a little bit in college, and he's good in bucket. He's a good bucket. He a great jump shot, good inside, good outside too. On defense, he can box out very well and force shooters into a bad shot. So yeah, that's my NBA predictions for this year.
Well, honestly, that's pretty good. So for me, so far preseason's been going off pretty good. I feel like the top show offs like in preseason is probably the Hornets and the Hornets and that's really it. That's all I've seen. That's all like the most like impressive to me. Playoff predictions. All I know is I feel like it's going to be the same teams from last year, kind of like what you said, Jackson. I feel like it'll be more. I feel like it'll be like you said, the Bucks, Lakers, Miami, Blazers, Clippers. I don't think Thunder will be in it anymore. I feel like Hornets are good contenders. Uh, I feel like with how the Pelicans got in free agency and who all they got Steven Adams, a bunch of other good players. They got Zion, of course, coming off his second year. He'll be a sophomore. I feel like they could be playoff contenders. Even in my opinion, I feel like they could make the finals. But uh, uh, what was I gonna say? The Nuggets. I feel like they're gonna go far too. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and all them. Uh, but in my opinion, the Hornets could probably be the best team in that whole playoff bracket. But my like out of all the awards, the MVP, I feel like it could be Luka. Luka could be like top two, top three. Giannis could win it again, but I don't think they'd win it for the third time in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that. Excuse me. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. But it could be Luka, it could be LeBron. Hey, it could be. Honestly, I could see Zion winning an MVP. You don't know. We can't just rely on the same people. Most improved player, in my opinion, I don't know. Like I couldn't honestly best improved player. T.J. Warren. Some of those players. Rookie of the year, in my opinion, is going to be LaMelo Ball. And here's why. Everyone's thinking that James Wiseman's going to win MVP. Rookie of the year. I feel like the LaMelo Ball is more consistent, puts in more work, and is just a better player overall, and could be a contender for MVP award later on in his career. Who will make the finals? In my opinion, I feel like it could be the Lakers again. Lakers, of course. But they did lose a bunch of the players, but they did add I feel like they have a better roster this year than they did last year. They could do a repeat, in my opinion. They could do a repeat. In my opinion, I don't think they would. They will, but I feel like they could. Defensive player of the year, Giannis probably, in my opinion. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Hey guys, moving on to me. My NBA playoff prediction and Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year and all the awards. So I got the Los Angeles Lakers going against the number 8 New Orleans Pelicans and winning. I think it'll be a sweep for the Lakers, and they'll go and then they'll play Dallas, which the Dallas Mavericks will play they'll be the 4th seed, and they'll play against the 5th Utah Jazz, and Dallas will win. I think it'll be a close matchup, 4-3, and then I think Los Angeles will win that battle, win those games 4-2 in the series, and move on to the semifinals. Then we got the Clippers at number 3 and Trailblazers at 6. I think it's going to be a close game this year, for sure. I got the Clippers winning 4-3 in that matchup. It's going to be tough for them. And then I don't think I got Houston this year making the playoffs. I got Denver and Golden State. Denver at number 2, Golden State number 7. Denver wins 4-2. In my opinion, with all the injuries they have, it's like they can. It can be a make or break for them. And then moving on to the semifinals, I think it'll be who would I all say? The Clippers and Nuggets, and I got Clippers winning four. I got the Nuggets winning 4-2, and then Lakers beating the Well, I already. Well, wait, timeout. Yeah, those would be the two teams, right? No, that would make any sense. Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties. I'm trying to think of who. Okay, there's 3. Wait, 1. No, it would actually be. Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. I'm moving on from the semifinals. I think it'll be the Lakers going against the Denver Nuggets, and the number 1 Lakers against the number 2 Denver Nuggets, and the Lakers will win 4-2 and reach on to the finals. And they will be playing the Boston Celtics, and they will win 4-3, in my opinion. Or 4-2 because when you go to Boston, playing at Boston is one of the toughest places to win. And for my playoff bracket, I think I didn't really get all my notes done, but I think I got number 1. I'm going to go with Brooklyn. Number 2, I think I got Boston at number 2. Number 3 is I think number 3 will be I think it'll be Philadelphia this year. Number 4 will be the Bucks. Number 5 will be I think I got the Pacers either 5 or 6 this year. I think they'll be 5th. 6th this year, I think they will. It's going to be. Wait. Sorry, I'm not prepared. All right, here we go. Oh, my bad. I forgot about the Heat. Okay, so let's restart. Here we go. We got number 1, we have Brooklyn. Number 2, we have Boston. Number 3, we have Philadelphia. Number 4, we have the Heat. Number 5, the Bucks. 6, the Pacers. Trying to think my 7th. 7th will be Toronto, and I think the sleeper team that everyone's going to doubt this year will be Atlanta. Atlanta will make that 8th seed. And moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, it will be Brooklyn. Either if they play, I don't know how this works. I think it'll be Brooklyn and Boston playing each other, and I think I got Boston winning 4-3, and they'll be playing the Lakers in the NBA Finals, and the Lakers will win 4-2. Moving on, Rookie of the Year and my take on the Pacers and other stuff. More NBA. For MVP next year will be LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo. They were both great last year. Giannis got a repeat of MVP, won it back-to-back. Most improved player of the year will be either Jamal Murray or Donovan Mitchell. What they did in the bubble was sensational. They just went on fire through that. Who's my defense? I don't think I even wrote my defensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Anthony Davis this year. And for the Pacers have gone 0-2 through the preseason. They have lost 2 straight games to Cleveland. There's a game going on right now. As we speak, they're playing Philadelphia. They lost December 14th, 116-106, and on December 12th, they lost to Cleveland 107-104. It's early to tell how the Pacers are going to do this year, and I think they're going to be a 5th or 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. See the Pacers either losing in the first round or making it to the second round and losing, but I don't think they're going to, make it all the way to the finals, of course. And my Rookie of the Year will be, I forgot his name, Denny Avdia. Man's a stud. He, in his preseason debut, had 15 points, shot 6 for 6 from the field. He can play make. He's good with the ball in transition. He can shoot. He can shoot from anywhere, create for others. He can create without having the ball. He's a floor general. I mean, he's just a great overall player, and he fits the new NBA style. And he's 6'9" and can shoot. So that's
Hey,
all I have.
I feel like we're all sleeping on the Suns, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we are as well. I mean, they got CP3 and Devin Booker. So
I
I
mean,
think
your rookie of the year. I don't think I've ever heard of him, to be honest.
he's pretty good. He went ninth in the draft. He's a steal.
I
He
don't.
played he
I've never heard
he
of him, to be honest. I'll probably have to look him up.
he went to the Wizards ninth overall. He played overseas in Israel. I mean, he's a stud. I mean,
Hey, Wizards could be good, but
yeah, they got Russell Westbrook. They're slept on too.
the thing with the MVP is I don't think that what's his name, Giannis could win a third time. I've never seen it happen, to be honest. I've never seen. Have y'all seen triple MVPs?
I've never seen that.
Like triple MVP awards, like back to back to back, a three-peat MVP.
Yeah.
This man Jackson, bro. All right. Well, honestly, for the playoffs, there could be a whole new wave of the whole teams. I honestly think it could change. It could not. Honestly, the teams that would definitely stay is Lakers, Bucks, Boston. I don't know. Boston. They could come back. They could not. I feel like they would. It really just depends how they play. Wizards could be in the playoffs. Suns could be in the playoffs. Chris Paul, Devin Booker could be could do it, but all it is for us.
Backcourts.
All it is for us is just to watch and see how it goes.
Yep, it's early to tell right
honestly, the same thing with the NFL is we just have to see how everything goes and all that. But speaking about the NFL playoff predictions, in my opinion, playoff predictions, the 7 teams in each. I know for a fact that the Chiefs and Steelers have the bye week, and I feel like those are the best 2 teams in the conferences. But who I think is going to be in the playoffs? So it's going to be for the AFC. It's going to be Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Kansas City. Miami could possibly get in it. Cleveland could. Indiana, for a fact, Indiana's doing really good this year. Washington, moving on to the NFC. The NFC, excuse me. The NFC East. Washington, sadly, best team in their conference. Don't know how. Green Bay. I feel Green Bay honestly is my Super Bowl contender. New Orleans is definitely making the playoffs. LA, Seattle, both tied for the NFC West. So they're both 9-4. We'll just have to see the outcome. I thought Arizona was going to make the playoffs, to be honest, because they were doing really good at the beginning. But what do you guys takes on the playoffs? Let's start with you, Jackson.
I'll go. I agree with mostly everyone you said. To be honest, the playoffs, who's going to make it? I mean, we still got a couple weeks to go to settle this. I mean, we still have a couple games, and I agree with most of your decisions. But those wild card spots, it's going to get really down to the number because most of those in the AFC, they've lost 4 games. Most of them have lost 4 games at least, like the Colts and who else has lost? I lost 4 games. You got you got the Browns that lost 4 games. They're 9-4. You got, I mean, there's a lot. That last wild card spot, a couple wild card spots, is really going to come down to these last couple of weeks because we know that, in my opinion, it's going to be the Steelers and the Chiefs will have the bye weeks, and then for the NFC, Washington, you got Green Bay, who I think will make the Super Bowl. Oh, sorry, I forgot about the AFC. the Chiefs are going to make the Super Bowl in the AFC. They'll beat Pittsburgh. I think they're going to beat Pittsburgh. No, they got to go. Pittsburgh got to play someone else. But I think it'll be for the AFC title. It will be Pittsburgh and Kansas City if they don't play each other. But I don't think they will until then. But NFC, yeah, you said I agree with most of the topics you said, Alberto, about the teams. It's going to be, yeah. I mean, I still can't believe Washington is going to make the freaking playoffs, but that's just how it is.
I mean, hey, they upset
That upset the
Steelers.
Steelers, yeah. I mean, they outplayed us for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we also forgot about the Bills, dude. About the AFC, they forgot about the Bills. They're gonna be. That's gonna come down to the wire for sure. But yeah, moving on.
Jackson, what's your take on the playoffs?
For my playoffs, I agree with most of you guys. AFC, Chiefs, and Steelers will definitely get the bye weeks unless the Steelers tank somehow. But I don't see it. I also have the Bills in there. I put the Browns in there too. Another team that's a maybe, I said the Miami Dolphins. They've shown they're really strong. Fitzmagic, of course, but they've definitely shown their worth. I've also teams that will swap around. I said Colts and Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Those could swap around big time. Of course, both tied 9-4 in the division. So I believe for AFC, the AFC Championship, I believe it'll be the Chiefs and the Bills, because I don't feel that the Steelers have proven themselves enough.
Yeah.
To of course, they started off strong. You're great, going 11-0, but losing back to back to the Bills and to Washington, it's not really shown who they really are.
Sorry. Can I add something onto that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but issue with the Steelers are we just our turnovers. That's what cost us that game, that Buffalo game. Receivers weren't catching the ball. It was a whole nightmare. Like I through halftime we were close. Defense was kicking butt, but that second half they just physically outplayed us. And sorry, Jackson, to interrupt you, but you can continue.
All right. NFC, the most undeserving team in my opinion. Washington. I don't think anyone in the NFC East deserves a spot in the playoffs. But they'll get in there. I see them a first round loss. I mean they have talent, but not good enough. I have Green Bay and New Orleans getting the bye. They're two very strong teams, of course. Green Bay, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers. New Orleans, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees. So and two top teams in the NFC right now. So those two will definitely get the bye. Looking at the rest, I put down either Rams, of course, leading the NFC West. Right behind them, the Seahawks. So I definitely feel those two will swap places here in the next coming weeks. And then finally the Bucks, who honestly didn't live up to the hype in my opinion. Everyone thought they'd be this great, perfect team with Mike Evans, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, all these people. It's just something. Everyone hopped on that bandwagon once everyone found out Tom Brady was going to the Bucks. But they just didn't live up to the hype, and I definitely see them as a first-round loss. So I think my NFC championship would be Green Bay and New Orleans, because I feel those are the two powerhouses of the NFC.
Great points, Jackson. I have some news that the Saints will be a wild card, clinched a wild card spot. So, yeah, that's what I got. They've clinched a wild card spot, but I mean, and Packers have clinched the division. With the Seahawks and Rams, that's going to flip-flop. I think the Seahawks will get on top of the NFC West. I think they'll get things together again. And I mean, those losses like that Giants loss cost them. That's what cost them that. They were leading the division. That's what cost them. And it's going to be a tough matchup for sure through there. And what you said about the NFC East, it's Washington. Yes, that'll be the final team. You still got a couple other teams. Yeah, I think that maybe you got to watch out for the Vikings. I mean, You got to watch out for the Buccaneers, the Bears. I mean, you never know. I mean, Bears, Vikings are 6-7. Bears are 6-7. The
Honestly,
Buccaneers didn't live up to. Sorry, you can talk about.
there you go. Honestly, I thought the Bears were gonna be
Yeah.
going to the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky 5-1 one day until Nick Foles came in, like destroyed their record. I honestly thought they could have been playoff contenders. Honestly, every team is just like has upsetted me because I thought so many other teams like the Bucks, like Jackson said, I thought they were going to be good and then they just fell apart. I feel like Dakota said the other day, guys. It's the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean he's old, but he can still make plays. I feel like it's just whatever, to be honest.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't really know how many wild card teams can there be. Like, how many people make the wild card? 4. And
There's only there's 4 wild cards.
And
Yeah, 4 wild
in
cards.
each division.
Not division.
No, total.
There's
It's
only
total.
4 teams in a division. There's only out of the conference, only 4 teams. There's only 4 wild card games or 3 wild.
I don't even know.
I'm trying to think. Remember, there's 6, right? No.
So 2 wild.
Oh shit.
We don't even know. Because
No. Because here's the thing. If it's normally 6, 2 teams get a bye, so that leaves you with 4. So then those 4 teams play a wild card.
And then
Move on to the divisional against the 2 teams against the bye. Winner of that.
And then it's the championship and then Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Honestly, who do you guys have? Who do you guys have for the Super Bowl? Because I got Chiefs and Packers.
I got Chiefs and Packers.
I got Chiefs in New Orleans.
I got Chiefs in Washington.
Hey man, they could upset the world. Look at the Giants.
Bro.
Remember they barely made it to the playoffs and they had a 500 record and won the Super Bowl.
Bro, just imagine if Washington actually come out with the victory.
Terry McLaurin just adds like 20 pounds of muscle and like.
Hey, Darren McLaurin's
a couple weeks.
Beast, man. Hey, before awards coming up, to be on, so my MVP, it's either between Rodgers and Mahomes, and I don't know which. If they were to get a co-MVP, I wouldn't be mad because they're both playing at really good levels. But in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers has gotten his 400th touchdown and another record that I can't think of right now. He's done, in my opinion, better than Mahomes, but Mahomes is still a really good quarterback. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if either of them about it. Comeback player of the year, excuse me. I feel like it could be Ben Roethlisberger. It could be Cam Newton. I feel like it could be more Cam Newton, in my opinion, because he's been out for a while. And honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, he's a better quarterback right now than Ben Roethlisberger. He still has a lot to prove. But in my opinion, he's better than Ben Roethlisberger right now. Offensive player of the year. This is a tough one. Probably Dalvin Cook. Because he's an explosive running back. Probably one of the top 3 best running backs in the league. Offensive rookie of the year, Justin Jefferson. And I'm gonna keep this in my word till he retires. He's gonna be the next Randy Moss, in my opinion. He's a GOAT receiver. He's a really good receiver, in my opinion, gonna be the next Randy Moss. Defensive player of the year, TJ Watt. Defensive rookie of the year, Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever would if it is the Chiefs and Packers go to the Super Bowl, I say the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again, back to back.
I agree mostly with Alberto on that. My offensive player of the year, I said either Patrick Mahomes or Derrick Henry. We know how good Derrick Henry was. He's good now with the Titans. Could be, honestly, I could see Alberto with Dalvin Cook, because we all know how good Dalvin Cook is. Defensive player of the year, I say either Aaron Donald or Xavier Howard. I feel it might be Aaron Donald again with how well he's played this year. For my offensive rookie of the year, I have it down to 2. I have, I said Jonathan Taylor from the Colts and Justin Jefferson. They both did well. Obviously, Justin Jefferson on the national championship winning team of LSU. Jonathan Taylor played well in the Big Ten championship against Ohio State. They've both carried their talent from college over to the NFL, which is something you don't see a lot from top draft picks. Mm-hmm. But it's always these low draft picks, I feel, that always carry that best talent over and still kind of have their peak in the NFL.
Because if you look at a bunch of players in the NFL, there's a bunch of Hall of Famers. Say to undrafted to low picks. Shannon Sharp, y'all know who Shannon Sharp is, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like a 7th round pick, I think, and he look where him now, Hall of Fame. Just look where everyone is. It's really good players. Say to undrafted, Kurt Warner, Night Train Lane, Tony Romo, um, all those players, John Randall, a bunch of old players that y'all probably won't know. I'm not going to list them because y'all going to be confused. But those players are just really good in my opinion, and you can see superstars out of undrafted and high drafted players. That's why I don't see that much talent from first round picks. But this year I've seen a lot of good things for first round picks. But from first and second round picks, like Jalen Hurts wasn't picked first overall, but still a really good second round pick and is now starting. Jordan Love, I can't wait to see what he can do once Aaron Rodgers leaves or retires. But yeah, Landon, what's your take on all this?
Well, I think the Super Bowl is going to be Green Bay and Kansas City. I think it's just going to be hard for Green Bay to keep up with the threats they have offensively. They have Tyreek Hill. You got Travis Kelce. I mean, you got some underrated receivers like that Hardman kid. You got Sammy Watkins.
The thing with that is, I agree with you. That's what's killing the Packers right now. But I feel like if they can get their defense under control and get them better, I feel like that the Packers have a chance to win with their offense with Adams and Rodgers. I'm saying this, if Rodgers, they're the best receiving and wide receiver core right now, in my opinion. And honestly, I feel like if say Devontae Adams was born a little bit way before and was a football player before he was actually drafted. So say he was a player from a couple years ago before he was drafted. I feel like that Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams could have been a way better team. The Packers would have been a couple more Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers would have got more MVPs and all that.
Yeah. So and you got to look at the threats they have. Tyreek Hill. You got Sammy Watkins. Is it Michael Hardman, right?
McCall Hardman.
Okay, yeah, McCall Hardman, whatever. You got Travis Kelce, probably, in my opinion, the best tight end in the league. I mean, George Kittle, he's been hurt, hasn't he?
He's been hurt, so he can't.
But he's still
really good. Yeah. Have y'all realized that the receiving core has everyone has a 40-yard dash of 4.3?
You got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who wasn't he a second or third round pick?
He was a first round pick.
He was.
He was a 32nd pick in the first round.
Okay. My bad. That was a steal. I mean, and with a decent offensive line and a decent defense.
They got Frank Clark and Chris Jones. Their D line's really good.
And Tyrone Matthew too. I think it'll be a close game. I got the score being 28-23. It's just if the Packers defense can just control them. You got Drill Alexander. You got what's his face? Oh crap! Forgot his name. Defensive tackle.
Kenny Clark.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best year, but if their defense can just, I mean, they have some of the best linebackers too. One of them was snubbed off of the defensive. What is it called? Defensive Team of the Year.
Yeah, it's Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith, I think.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They just got to be able to control it. I mean, the run game is going to be the passing game is going to be big for the Chiefs, but Patrick Mahomes is going to have to be careful throwing that ball. If he did what he did last week against the Dolphins, it's over. It's over.
Yeah,
because you got Drill Alexander, top 5 corner in the league, at least. I mean, maybe a top three corner. I think he's behind Jalen Ramsey and, in
my opinion, the best corner in the league is Marlon Humphrey.
Who is it?
Marlon Humphrey, the Ravens corner.
Oh, he's a good corner, too. You have to think Drill Alexander's a top 5 corner.
He is, yeah. In my opinion, he is.
I don't know all the corners in the league, but he's a top 5. You got NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Ben Roethlisberger. He's thrown 3,292 yards, 29 touchdowns. Only thrown 9 interceptions. That's pretty good. Offensive Player of the Year, it'll either be Derrick Henry or Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes does not win MVP, and Derrick Henry's just a beast. I mean, man's full muscle monster. He's like a freight train. Can't stop him. Defensive Player of the Year will be Aaron Donald. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young. He's a beast, and Aaron Donald's going to win his third Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jonathan Taylor or Justin Jefferson. I think Jonathan Taylor can really become one of the most elite running backs in the league, and that's it for me.
Something I really want, something I want to move on to is NFL free agents for next year. Some of the biggest names, shit. Excuse me. Some of the names that I see on here. Mitch Trubisky, not a big name, but one point out there. Andy Dalton, Dak Prescott. I hope Dak Prescott doesn't leave, and that's what I'm hearing from you, Landon, a couple days ago. That Dak Prescott and wait, hold on, is he on here? Let's see.
No, they're gonna do like a sign and trade or whatever, or something like that.
I don't know if they're gonna see. That's the thing with that is I don't think they do that. And plus, I think Jerry Jones has already said that Dak Prescott's their quarterback, and Dak Prescott's gonna be comeback play of the year or MVP next year, and I believe he can because the numbers he put up statistically. Phillip Rivers, Tyrod Taylor, Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, all big names of quarterbacks. Honestly, the biggest name on there, in my opinion, is Dak Prescott. All the other guys, backups or other guys. Now running backs, you got Todd Gurley, Cordell Patterson, Philip Lindsay from Denver. Honestly, if he could get somewhere else, he could be a good like top 5 running back. Aaron Jones, still a really good like top 5, top 10 running back. Really good. Frank Gore, probably coming out of retirement, either trying to get to the rushing tile, get past Walter Payton, or retires. Chris Carson, LaShawn McCoy, and all that.
So going off of the, sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
I was saying going off the NFL Trade Rumors app or website. My top 3 I wrote down are Earl Thomas, HaHa Clinton Dix, and Kenny Stills.
Earl Thomas hasn't been signed anywhere, right?
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, I don't think he's been signed.
He's a good safety, in my opinion.
Honestly, I look at all this list. The biggest names on here is Larry Fitzgerald's going to be a free agent. Des Bryant's a free agent after 1 year, but he quit after coming in contact with COVID. John Ross, honestly, I don't know. He's an receiver, speed, but he's not like Tyreek Hill at all. I don't think he puts the work in at all. I don't think he's just a good player overall. Kenny Galladay, T.Y. Hilton, Tavon Austin just been signed to Green Bay, and all this, and all these great players. To be honest, yeah, I think that the trades we'll see next year after the season ends is gonna be wild. I feel like it's gonna be one of the biggest trades of all time, and yeah. Welcome back, Landon.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. Did you do all those free agent things?
We're talking about it right now.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Right now, but yeah, Landon. If you take a look at the list right now about the trades, the free agents of 2021, who are your biggest names on there? Who do you think is gonna go where?
I think that Mitchell Trubisky. I think if he keeps like last game and he
had a game.
He will stay in Chicago.
I don't think. See the thing. I don't think he'll stay in Chicago. See, I think that Deshaun Watson's going to be a free agent next year, isn't he?
No, he signed a contract. It was a long contract.
Oh,
like 140 something million or 150 something big like that.
There's a rumor that he would go to the Patriots.
That'd be good. Other people. I think Philip Rivers. I think he'll retire, stay one more year at the Colts. Jacoby Brissett. I think he's going to become a starter in this league. I think he'll go to Pittsburgh if Ben Roethlisberger retires. I think he has a shot at going to Pittsburgh. Look at Fitzpatrick, a quarterback. I think he's going to stay in Miami. That's where they want him. Cam Newton, another one. If Phillip Rivers retires, or he does, or he might, I think he'll stay in New England. Or if Phillip Rivers retires, they're going to need another quarterback, and they'll either have Jacoby Brissett or Cam Newton. In my opinion,
I think that if Philip Rivers does retire, I think that the Colts could pick up where's he at? I feel like they could pick up Jameis Winston.
That was another thing I was going to say. Or the Steelers could pick up Jameis Winston. I mean, there's going to be a lot of, or Chicago. There's going to be a lot of teams out there that are going to need quarterbacks.
See, Dak Prescott's going to be a free agent, and so is Andy Dalton. I'm pretty sure he'll stay in Dallas.
Andy Dalton's going to be a backup. He'll resign, I think.
I think he might. I think he might go somewhere else.
All right, let's go to running backs. I have Kenyon Drake. I think he'll stay in Arizona. Todd Gurley, Atlanta. He'll stay. Who else? Philip Lindsay.
I feel like he's
restricted.
I feel like
probably yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he could be like an elite not quarterback, running back. He's already like his first year starting a couple years ago, back in 2018 going into 2019. He was a really good running back.
Yep.
He honestly he could be like a top 5 running back. But yeah.
I think he'll be Philip Lindsay will be pretty good. I think they're going to try to re-sign him. They always liked him there. Marlon Mack's a free agent. I think they're going to try to re-sign him.
He got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah. And I think they'll try to re-sign him. Le'Veon Bell, they're going to, he'll stay in Kansas City. You got the Balaj, he's very underrated. Will probably stay in. He's restricted. He'll probably stay in. He could probably stay in at the Chargers. Matt Breida's with Miami. He's going to stay in Miami, in my opinion. You got Rex Burkhead from New England. He's been a really good part of New England this year. One of the main targets that. As a running back in the run game that New England have used him at one of Cam Newton's targets as well. James Conner's a free agent. I think he'll stay in Pittsburgh and we'll re-sign him. What else?
Honestly, the biggest names is like we already said. There's not really like any more big names. I mean, there is a bunch of good players in the free agency because a bunch of people were only signed for like a week. I mean, a year, like I said. But this could be a big year of trades and free agent signings. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anything else?
I have Chris Carson, running back Seattle. I think he'll stay. You got Leonard Fournette. I think he'll stay in Tampa. Now let's go on to the wide receivers. Big names. I'm going to look through here. Oh, Jesus. Nope. How many guys are there? Jesus. Okay. Oh, Chris Godwin, Tampa Bay. I think the Steelers or Jets will try to get him, or he will stay in Tampa, but the Steelers should get him. That's what we need right now. I think that's what he wants, is to be the number 1 target on the team, and we need that right now. Juju Smith-Schuster, I think he's going to be let go. At this point, I'm not trying to be rude towards Juju, but I think he wants to be a TikTok star rather than an NFL football player at this point. Always dancing on the field like this. Like, don't. Just play the game.
Yeah.
We need you on the team. Stop doing all that.
I think that's really all it for free agency. All I saw was just a certain type of names. I feel like that's all. The free agents this could be a big year and like in all trades and all that, but I don't think that anything big could happen this year. I mean, it's possible that there is a big trade and big free agency signings or not. So
Yeah. For more receivers, honestly, Detroit's half of Detroit's receivers are going to be free agents. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Hall, great, two very underrated receivers. Will Fuller from Houston, Ty. I think that they'll probably stay there. Marvin Hall or Kenny Galladay. I mean, the Steelers could use and the Colts could use. I mean, a lot of teams could use those guys. Will Fuller, I think he'll stay in Houston. He's the number one guy. T.Y. Hilton probably stay in Indiana. Nelson
yeah,
Aguilar, I'd love him to stay in Las Vegas. Has had a great year so far, and honestly, that's about it as big free agents offensively. I don't really know any defensively, to be honest, but
yeah.
yeah, that's about it for me.
All
So
right. No, I want to hop into a topic with y'all, specifically with you two. F1. So
mm,
give me your uh, things about F1 that you want to talk about. We'll start
so
off with you,
first thing,
Landon.
so I didn't try to interrupt. I thought you were
No,
going
you, no,
full time.
you get you.
So first things first. Red Bull has going to announce their driver lineup for 2021. They've already have Max Verstappen, who signed a big contract and will be at Red Bull, but that second driver, they will usually postpone the driver list or their drivers for 2021 at the end of the year. But in the next coming days, they will announce their second driver, and I gotta go all. Okay. I gotta go all Sergio Perez here. Checo, he's a money guy. He'll bring in sponsors. I think if you bring in him, he will propel you to to be with Mercedes next year and be fighting for wins with them because I remember at one time they won 4 straight titles and with Sebastian Vettel and they were winning all the titles. But I think that they could honestly they can make a statement and they could contend with a lot of they'll contend a lot with Mercedes for wins, and I think they could possibly win a championship if you bring Checo, or they'll re-sign Alexander Albon. But I think the right guy here is Checo, Sergio Perez. He's had a lot of podiums, and got his first career win last season since the season just ended. So that's all for F1 news. Nothing on NASCAR or IndyCar right now. So yeah.
Jackson, you got anything on F1?
F1, I definitely feel Red Bull, they're good. They're good. But I don't think that. Don't get me wrong, Checo's a great driver, but what Christian Horner is kind of looking for is someone who can keep up with Verstappen. And he was hoping he could get that out of Albon. But of course he didn't. And he said in the Drive to Survive series on Netflix, he said, we want someone who can pick up the pieces when Max Verstappen can't do it himself. So I definitely feel they should get Checo. If not, bring up, they'll re-sign Albon, maybe work with him a bit more. But definitely that Checo win and at the Sakir Grand Prix could definitely help his case for a seat next year. And hopefully, I'd love to see him at Red Bull.
For sure. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I think he could really pick up the pieces when things fall. He's experienced. They need. I mean, in fact, Max Verstappen is experienced as well, but Sergio's experienced as well. I mean, he's been in F1 for like 10 years coming because in 2018 he was in there for 8 years, and last season, and then in 2019 they was there for 9 years. So yeah, it was his 10th year this year. I think he could, bring in money, and I think he'll be great fit against Max Verstappen. And they'll go at it, and they need someone to just pick up the pieces and, be a Red Bull driver. And they don't want someone in the midfield running 6th or 7th. That has no value to them. They're trying to win a championship, constructor championship, and championship in general. So I think it'd be perfect, to be honest. So, yeah, he'll bring in money and make the car faster and just propel them to the next step in winning a championship soon.
All right, sounds pretty interesting. All right, ladies and gents, that'll be all for today. That's all our news for today. Hopefully the NBA gets good this year. I want to see some good matches. I want to see some players I've never heard of before just pop out of nowhere, like Jeremy Lin. Like the,
Not even in the NBA.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm saying people like Jeremy Lin could just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude.
Linsanity.
Facts.
People like built like Jackson Tetrick being good out of nowhere and just leaving the NBA.
Bro, my jump shot's I'm joking. My jump shot's shit. My jump shot's terrible.
Pete.
My jump shot's terrible.
Jackson.
I'm good on the inside though. I'm good in the paint.
But I'm just a LeBron James. You know, I'm an offensive threat. You know, I can cross people. I didn't know that.
Get
What are you? You have never seen me play.
Middle school explorations. Every time.
8th grade. This has been 2 years, cuz.
Dude,
remember 8th grade mornings? We'd all go down to the gym.
Bro, I was playing around. I can shoot, dribble. I can dunk on like kid rims.
Kid rims.
Anyway.
Them dudes about this tall, bro.
I'm a defensive player. I bring a lot of energy. I foul most of the time, but you know, I don't need to have the ball in my hand to be productive and stuff like that. I'm a Patrick Beverly. I'm a Marcus Smart, gritty type of player. Yeah, and I won't be afraid to get in someone's face. And
he also cuts people off in F1.
Yeah, so it's like my F1 driving. So I'm not that dirty. How do you call that dirty? I came.
You went through the grass.
Hey, man.
All
right, we're done.
All right, ladies. This has been Naptown Sports Network, episode 8. Thank you for all the support. We'll come back.
Shoot! Check the chat.
There's no one in the chat. There's no one in the chat.
For real? Oh, dang, that sucks.
What's up?
Yeah, screw Blake. No one likes Blake. He's just Blake.
Dude, we should. All right.
Episode 8. We'll be back at you sometime either tomorrow or next week. Going on a vacation. But I hope everyone has a good Christmas break. We'll see you on whatever. This has been Naptown Sports Network. We'll come out with you with episode 9. But thank you and good night.